Ever get one of those car repair bills and you're like, whoa, did they like rebuild the entire thing?
Right.
Or maybe you're stuck waiting weeks, just weeks to even get an appointment.
Oh, yeah.
Well, today we are diving deep into the reason behind all of that. It's the automotive technician shortage.
And it's not just an inconvenience. This
Mm.
is seriously impacting everything. I mean, we're talking cost of repairs, even the future of the whole automotive industry.
Okay, so let's break it all down. We've got research, tons of it. We're talking industry reports, Wrenchway, the Auto Care Association, even hard data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
We've even got some insights into how this is impacting recruiting.
Yeah, thanks to Jess Recruiting for that.
Mm.
So the mission here, to help you navigate this whole issue, like how is this going to affect your next trip to the mechanic?
Because, really understanding why this shortage is happening, why it seems like nobody can fix it, that's the key to even starting to address it.
Exactly. Wrenchway, they hit us with this number.
Yeah.
Get this. By next year, the U.S. could be short 642,000 technicians.
Yeah.
642,000. Think about that. That's like, I don't know, the entire population of Boston just saying, nope, not doing this job anymore all at once.
It's a huge number. And, carparts.com, they brought up a good point, is not even just the number of technicians, it's their skills. Cars, they're basically computers on wheels now.
Right.
So we need these highly skilled techs who can actually diagnose and repair these like crazy complex systems.
Yeah.
And the demand for that skyrocketing.
It's not just oil changes and spark plugs anymore. These
Right.
mechanics are like digital detectives or something.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that reflected in the wages. The
Yeah.
Bureau of Labor Statistics, their data shows that wages are going up.
Yeah, makes you wonder then, why aren't more people like rushing into this industry, right? Good pay, job security, it's all right there.
That is the million-dollar question. But before we get into all the reasons behind it, got to understand how we even got here.
Yeah.
CarParts.com did a good job of laying that out, that whole evolution from grease monkey to like this highly skilled technician that we rely on now.
It's a huge shift. And honestly, I don't think education systems, even the public, they haven't caught up yet. And that's a big part of the problem we're seeing.
So we know that fixing a car now, it's like you're basically dealing with a really complex computer, right?
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game.
And there's such high demand. These skills are needed everywhere. So why aren't more people, I don't know, jumping at this chance to be an automotive technician?
Well, looking at what we've gathered, there's a few things at play here. It's not just one thing. It's like this perfect storm kind of situation.
Yeah. Let's like unpack all of that.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I think a good place to start is, this came up a lot in the research, public perception.
Yeah, definitely.
What do people think of when they hear automotive technician?
Right. It's that grease monkey image, right?
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Head under the car, covered in, dirt and grime all day.
Yeah.
And Wrenchway, even they say, look, this is outdated, but it's hard to shake that image,
Yeah.
especially for younger people. I mean, they haven't grown up seeing it any other way.
And it's not even just the work itself. It's like how we as a society value certain jobs over others,
That's
right?
right.
That whole, you got to go to a 4-year college, get a degree. That's the only way to be successful thing. Wrenchway was saying that really hurts the trades in general, not just automotive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because UTI, they found that a lot of these skilled technicians, they're making salaries that are just as good, if not better, than people with those traditional 4-year degrees.
Which kind of leads into the next big thing,
Yeah.
that skills gap we were talking about. You can't attract people to a high-tech job with training that's stuck in the past.
Exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
Imagine learning to code on like one of those old bulky computers. It's not going to cut it. And Wrenchway is saying that the tech in cars, it's moving so fast, a lot of these trade schools, they can't keep up.
So you have people finishing these programs, wanting to work, but they're not actually ready for what they're going to see in a shop.
Exactly.
We're talking about things like calibrating driver assistance systems. That's becoming standard in every car now.
Right.
Or even just diagnosing problems with electric vehicles. It's totally different.
It's a whole new world under the hood.
And it's not just, oh, that's inconvenient. I mean, think about it. You take your electric car in for a repair, and the tech is like, well, back in my day.
Right. Not exactly filling you with confidence.
No. And then that just circles back to the perception problem. If people don't see a way to get these skills, they're not even going to consider it as a career.
And the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they make a good point. Even if you get trained, that's not the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
This field.
Okay.
You could be constantly learning, keeping up with certifications like ASE. That's the gold standard for technicians. Otherwise, the tech's going to pass you by.
So we've got the image issue.
Yeah.
We've got the training issue. What else is going on here?
You know, Wrenchway, they found something really interesting. Working conditions.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge part of not just attracting technicians, but keeping them. And look, I know everyone always jumps to pay. And yeah, that's important.
Of course.
But it's bigger than that. It's got to be a place where you actually want to work.
You have to feel good about going there every day.
Exactly. It's about feeling valued, like you're respected for what you bring to the table. And that means having access to, decent equipment, new technology.
Not being stuck with tools from, like, the 80s.
Exactly. Having someone who can mentor you, help you learn and grow, and honestly, just making sure the shop itself is a good place to be.
Clean, safe, not like 100 degrees in the summer.
Right. And Wrenchway found that's actually a really big deal for younger people entering the workforce now.
Interesting.
They're not just looking for a job, they're looking for a career. They want something that fits with, their values, their life.
You want to feel good about where they work.
Exactly. So it's on these employers, they got to recognize these automotive technicians. They're professionals, all highly skilled, and they deserve a workplace that reflects that. If they want to attract the best, they got to step up.
Absolutely. And speaking of attracting the best, there's one more big piece to this puzzle. We've talked a lot about the challenges, right? Like, what's making this whole technician shortage worse? But what about fixing it? What can we actually do?
Well, the good news is it's not hopeless, not even close.
Okay, good.
Our research turned up some really promising solutions, ideas that could really turn things around.
I like the sound of that.
And, this isn't just about, like, filling empty spots in a shop, right? It's bigger. It's about making the whole industry, like, more appealing to the next generation.
So it's not just a Band-Aid, it's actually changing things up.
Exactly.
So where do we even begin? We've got this, 642,000 technician gap to fill?
Right. Well, a bunch of our sources, the Auto Care Association, UTI, they all said the same thing. We got to change how people see this job. Yeah.
Like,
retire the whole grease monkey thing for good.
out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah. Show people what it's really like, the tech, the skills. It's a high-tech field now.
Because, come on, you've got to practically be a computer whiz to work on some of these cards now.
Oh, absolutely. And you need those people to keep things running smoothly.
Yeah.
That's what those employers, they're desperate for that.
So get that message out there. This is the stuff employers want, and it pays well.
Exactly. And you know what else works? Jess Recruiting. They were talking about this. Show the success stories. Real people making good money, loving their careers as technicians. That'll get someone's attention, especially, young people trying to figure out their next move.
It's like seeing is believing, right?
Exactly.
Look, this isn't just a job. This is a career. You can make a good living, be challenged. It's not that different from going to college for 4 years.
Right. And you can start earning sooner, often with less debt.
Exactly. Okay, but we can't just, change the image, right? The training has to be there, too.
Oh, absolutely. You're preaching to the choir. Wrenchway, they were big on this. Closer partnerships between the schools and the shops.
So the schools are teaching what the shops actually need.
Yes. Bridge that gap. Because right now, it's like they're on two different planets.
So instead of learning on, a car from the 80s, they're getting experience with the newest stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Electric vehicles, driver assistance systems, whatever's next, they're ready.
It's like a pipeline, right?
Yeah.
Sending out qualified technicians, ready to work.
That's the dream. And you know what else? They need to want to work in those places once they get there.
Yeah, the shops themselves, right.
Yes. Shop culture. Wrenchway couldn't stress this enough.
And we're not talking about, pizza parties every week.
No. Those are nice. It's bigger than that.
Respect.
Respect. Feeling valued for your skills. Having a boss who helps you learn and move up if you want to.
And a clean, safe place to actually work, right?
Exactly. Treat these technicians like the professionals they are. That's how you keep them around.
Okay, and I feel like we can't not talk about the big one, right?
Money.
Yeah, the money. We touch on wages, but
They're more nuanced than that.
way more. Yeah, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, their data, it shows wages are going up, which is great.
It is.
But shops need to think about, the whole package.
Structure it in a way that makes sense.
Wrenchway, They were talking about this, getting creative with compensation.
Yes.
Not just hourly versus flat rate, but like maybe you factor in experience, certifications.
Performance bonuses.
Yeah.
There's so many options.
Find something that works for the shop and the technician.
Win-win.
Okay, so it's not a quick fix, this technician shortage.
No, it's going to take all of it.
Changing how people see the job, better training, better work environments, paying people what they're worth.
And it's not just on one group to fix it either. We need the industry, the schools, even the government, everyone working together
To get this done.
to get this done.
Well, listeners, that was a lot. Hopefully now you have a better sense of like what's going on behind the scenes the next time you need a car repair.
And hey, if you want to learn more, we always encourage you to check out the sources we used for this deep dive.
All the links are in the show notes, and next time you see an auto technician,
Give them a high five.
they are keeping our world moving.
Literally.
That's it for this deep dive. Until next time, safe travels.